did we say we were going to do? Mascara. No, lashes. All right, so the look is officially served, and I just finished this pink sparkly self glam tutorial. And let me tell you, she is that girl. Hey guys, it's your girl Ness of Glamour by Ness, and welcome to my channel. I'm grinning so hard because I'm so excited to be recording this video for you guys. I'm excited to dive right back into makeup. It's a process, y'all. It's a process, but I love this process, so let's get to it. If you are not already subscribed and you just came right on in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on this video, and definitely share it with all of your peoples. So I really wanted to be intentional about recording this video. This video that I am recording is an inspired look by the Ragdoll on YouTube. I hope I'm saying her YouTube name right, but her name is Lauren. And I love this makeup look so much, and I'm like, ooh, what should I do for my video? And this is the look that we're going to recreate. So I'm going to put it up on the screen somewhere, and definitely check out her channel. It's phenomenal. I love watching her, and let's get started. You guys, this is not just a makeup look, and I do have my iPad here with me for some talking points. I don't want to forget my point in this video, so I want to be very intentional with what I am talking about, simply because I am on this journey of manifestation. I really want to know how good it will get, and I realize in order to do that, I need to put some work behind what I'm doing. Your girl has been in her word, and as they say, faith without works is right. So for me, I came across, which is part of the reason why I wanted to record this video too, as we all know, with this whole Diddy trial that's happening, a lot of the reoccurring themes, no, I don't want to talk about Diddy yet. Faith without works is dead, all right? That is the method behind my madness when it comes to knowing how good it can get, being intentional about the work. Well, actually, let's talk about Diddy. Everyone knows about the Diddy trial that's happening, and I have been following this sensation called Armon Wiggins, the Armon Wiggins show. If you don't know who Armon is, find out who Armon is and come back and thank me later. Armon is a key, and I get my life each and every single time this man talks about this Diddy trial. Now, I came to know of Armon via the Diddy trial, but he has been on YouTube and the socialite scene for a little bit. But so Armon has essentially catapulted, and it's because of his manifestation cleanse, which I started today. Now today is June 10th, 2025, and this is when I'm recording this video. So by the time y'all see this, it'll probably be a couple of days later. Whoops. But in essence, I'm doing Armon's cleanse because I'm so inspired. He has a book and all, and I do have the book, but I'm so inspired. But I am going to be adding my little to it. However, nonetheless, he is experiencing this phenomenon in his life because of his cleanse, his dedication to his path and craft. Now, obviously, Armon has his reasons for manifesting what he wants to manifest, and I have my reasons to manifest what I want to manifest. Is it going to be on that platform like Armon's? I don't know, but I want to find out. And it's not so much being on a platform or visibility or any of the sort. It's really what's on my heart, and this is what's on my heart. All right, so I am essentially stepping into this new version of myself, one that is healed, disciplined, okay, and to collect all of my blessings. Give me all of my blessings, because I deserve, all right? I deserve. And I really love how Armon's book is really easy, digestible. Mind you, I'm only on day one, so, but I skimmed through all of the pages. I really wish I had it with me to show y'all, but I'll link it if you're interested, or I'll link his YouTube page and you can go find it yourself if you're called to. This is no plug whatsoever. All right, I am just speaking from the heart. Without further ado, let's get into this makeup look. All right, so we're setting our intention, and again, I did tell y'all I have some pointers, some notes that I want to share so I don't get off track, because your girl can talk. All right, so let's set our intention for this makeup video. Today's face is about alignment. While I blend, I am affirming I am a healed, wealthy woman. Everything I desire is already mine by divine right. Period. Did you feel that? I felt that. Let's get started. So what we're doing first is laying down the brows. I love to do the brows first. Y'all, please excuse me. I don't know what's in my eye, but now it's working my nerves. I didn't wear contacts because I didn't want to exacerbate whatever it is that's going on. So I'm using the Gots to Be brow gel, and I don't want this to be a long drawn out thing, but my purpose for doing this cleanse is because I'm working through eliminating my limiting beliefs, knowing what I deserve and what I want to manifest in my life. What are you trying to manifest in your life? Now, I told y'all I discovered Armon because of the Diddy trial. The way he essentially talks about and gives us the news is just, it's comical but also informative. All right, so as you can see, I brushed brow gel against my brow hairs because one, I ain't got any, but I want to make sure that every strand has been coated so they can lay flat. And then I just go and brush that through. I like to get it tacky just a little bit, so I do fan it with my mirror. And then I take my trusted, tweezer, the flat end side, and I just lay them babies down. At this point, it's tacky enough, so we're good. And then I am going to go in with my Maybelline Tattoo Studio. This is in the blackest, what's it called? Ooh, don't give me the line. Black brown. Using this Kiss eye pencil. And I like to get a good amount. Coat your brushes. I love doing the brows first because the brows shapes your face. And the number one essential part of the face that most women gravitate to and it's done all the time is the brows. No ifs, ands, or buts. As a makeup artist, it is so true. Because no one wants to walk around looking crazy. And brows can be twins. They don't have to just be sisters. But I like to outline first and then fill it in. Now this look does involve glitter, but that's the fun part. I tend to get quiet around this part, y'all, so please forgive me. I want y'all to be able to see what I'm doing as well. What part of your face do you like doing first? Comment and let me know in the comment section. So you guys, the purpose of my cleanse is definitely deeper than makeup. With makeup, I feel like it was my escape when I relocated to Orlando, Florida to complete my bachelor's. And I fell in love with this makeup artist, or makeup girly, Makeup by Megs. If you are an OG YouTuber, then you know what I'm talking about. All right, I like that. And essentially, makeup is like, if you think about it truly, it's layers, right? You're building your face, especially when you put foundation on. You have to add the depth back into it, add the highlights back into your face, right? So makeup teaches me about layers. And when you're trying to manifest anything, that is so important because, which I love Armon's book just for the concept in of itself. And it's a cleanse. In order to welcome anything into your life, you have to purge, right? What's no longer serving you. So that could be your old self, habits, thoughts, actions, anything that is not in alignment with where you're going. I swear, this brow gel only picks up when I'm recording because what is going on? Good God. So much like going to therapy, it goes back to childhood, and who wants to talk about that unless it was like phenomenal childhood? I don't know anyone who's had a phenomenal childhood. I know some people, but everyone has had something that they've had to overcome, is what I'm saying. Nobody's perfect, and we all have to heal from something. Now I'm laying it on my brows super thick because I swear, anytime I start recording, my brow gel, she just wants to quit on me. I don't know what's going on. What is going on? I'm gonna show out in front of folks. So I do my brows this heavy only because I'm an oily girl and I need my brows to stay. Now we are gonna clean this up. Please excuse me, y'all. Alright, so I like what I've done thus far. So we're going to clean up the brows. I am going to go in with my Dior Forever Skin Corrector. I'm in the shade 4N. This is the closest shade to my skin tone. Though I do use it to highlight. Is it the closest shade? Yeah, it's the closest shade to my skin tone, but I love it. I've used it quite a bit, so I'm almost out. I do have a backup, but this is what I use. And the brush that I'm going to use is the Maybelline Tools. This is the Bold Concealer Brush. So we're going in with Dior Forever Skin Correct, and then I'm using the Maybelline Tools Bold Concealer Brush. Clean up the eyebrow space. So with healing, like I was saying, you have layers to it. Much like with makeup, it's a process. All right, I like how that looks. So I'm gonna work on other. So essentially with makeup, each layer adds structure, definition, clarity. We need to get clear on what we're manifesting. We need to get clear on what we're releasing to allow what we're manifesting to have room to enter. And I love that. I like how that looks. So I am going to blend the concealer out using this Tarte double angled brush. I'm going to use this end. Now, I'm not going to bring the concealer down to the eye because we are going to use an eye primer, which I'll debut momentarily. Essentially, some of the, all right, I like how that looks. And y'all, don't be afraid to go in and fix whatever you feel like you messed up. Because there's no such thing as messing up in makeup. All right, so while we glam, all right, we are also unlearning patterns and choosing peace over pressure. All right, that's what I love. That's what I love. All right, so where are you? All right, the eye primer, usually I would bake right now, but we're not gonna bake my brows currently. I'm gonna add the, what's it called? Eye primer, essentially, is what it's called. It's a silver package. Wow. Okay, we're gonna move forward with brows because I like to do that. And I'm an oily girl. For my oily girls, you know, if you try this, let me know. Did it work for you? I feel that it makes my brows last a heck of a lot longer. And I also want to set the concealer that I did put underneath because I don't want it mixing with the primer that we're about to put, which it might, but hopefully it is not. So I am going to go in with the primer on Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of y'all that I legit have most of the tools that I need. Her. So we need her. Add the primer to the pan, and I'm only just using a little bit. This is my first time using this product, so I don't want to use the same brush I used to concealer. It may change the color of the primer, but I'm not too worried about it. This is the pea size that I used. As you can see, prime my eyes, okay? Clearly, it goes a long way. But we're gonna blend that out. I'm priming my left eye. I have nothing on my lid, y'all. Nothing. Lauren, when she using a generous amount, well, I don't know what amount she uses, but she does cover her eyelid. So we're gonna do the same. And sometimes I like to be modest a little bit, but you can't mess up in makeup. I know Lauren be taking it all the way up to the brow bone. So the remaining amount, I'm adding it to the right eye, covered all the ground. So I'm gonna go in with just a tinge bit more. Now I haven't used eyeshadow primer and I can't tell you how long, so your girl has definitely been influenced. You hear me? And then there's another product that she used in her look as well that I'll also be using for this look. So starting off with the eyes, we're gonna use the Juvia's Warrior palette, the transition shade Kano, the shade right here. And I am going to use, I'm gonna keep this right now, so you're gonna go up to the side, so I have space. And I was supposed to record it yesterday, and here we are, a whole Tuesday. Lord have mercy. All right, y'all seen this pouch before from Amazon. It houses all of my brushes. Like I said, we're going in with the shade Glam, this stunning Bdellium Tools tapered blending brush. I always want to tap out the excess. Let's blend for our lives, honey. Now, I'm not trying to be as precise. This is just our transition shade. I do like to start in the middle and then buff that out. Our goal is to cover where we placed that primer shade. We're gonna work on the next my left, maybe your right, how it shows up on the screen. I feel like my left eye comes out way better than my right eye. And my arms are kind of sore from working out. So even working with eyeshadow right now, my arms hurt. All right, you guys, so I am placing this color directly on the outer crease just to create that transitional effect, and I love that for me so much. So I think that's what she did. And then she went in with a crease color, which might just go into the Warrior 2 palette, which is my favorite palette. If you know, you know. And we're going to use Yodit. Yodit I feel is a little bit lighter, which I probably should have used Yodit first and then that Cano, but it is what it is. We're going to go with her. We're going to use the same blending brush from Bdellium Tools. Essentially, we're building that crease color. And just like I mentioned earlier on in the video, we are definitely, okay, making today's face about alignment. And as we're blending, we are affirming ourselves. Because I don't know about you guys, but I want my soft life. I'm no stranger to hard work. I'm a very hard worker. However, your girl wants the soft life. I don't want to be working hard all the day. I'll be forgetting that I'll be having the thing up to here and y'all can't see me. I'm learning, y'all. I am learning. All right, so I love how this turned out. Now, she went in with a hot pink color on the inner part of the eye, and Juvia. At this point, I just need to work for Juvia's, be a little sponsor, because hands down, they have the best eyeshadows, in my opinion. So she went in with a really hot pink color. This one here. This is super bright. So I'm gonna see if I have a hotter pink. And can you guess what brand I'm using? Juvia's. This is the Culture 2 palette. Let me see if it's gonna give me the pink that I'm looking for. Not really. Maybe I'm gonna have to mix. And then this is the Culture. I found it. Listen, faith without works. Faith without works. All right, so we're going in with the Culture palette, and we're going in with the shade. Does it have a name? Yes, Kobo, right here. Now, I am going to use, what do I want to use? I'm going to use this Morphe R34 brush. Ooh, I'm excited. Now, when you're using color, there is fallout, so it's always recommended to do your eyes first. All right, so we're going to go on the innermost corner because that's what she did, her tutorial. Ooh, I'm loving how this looks. I'm with very limited space here, so please forgive me. Now, I have hooded eyes, so I gotta make sure that when I'm placing the color, we'll be able to see it. So I'm going in there and I'm blending because I want it to pop. And how she explained it is, well, obviously pink and browns, sometimes that can be a little challenging. But as long as you blend, oh yes, honey. That baby is popping. Maybe it's a little bit too pink, but listen, we commit now. All right, let's do the other eye. And this is what I love about Juvia's. Their eyeshadows, them babies pop, honey. So a little does really go a long way. And you can blend them easily. All right, we're gonna stop there. We're gonna go back into our transition shade, try to blend, but I'm not worried about it. Let's do the outer corner because we have to marry the two, right? We have to marry all of the colors. We're gonna go in with a deep shade brown. I feel like I am going to use in the Juvia's Warriors palette, Warrior 2 palette, by the way, respectively. And that is Kufuru and Wazana. Kufuru, Wazana. I am going to do that with this Morphe, and it really doesn't have the type of brush that it is. It is like a tapered blended brush. So I don't want that shade too dark. At the same time, we need to create that depth. I'm gonna bring that up to the crease and blend. Place that into that outer V. And I'm not worried about how it's looking like on the outer corners because we'll clean that up. I'm gonna do the other side. Forgive me because I don't have my I don't have my contacts in. And blend for your lives. All right, so I'm gonna go back in with that tapered blending brush, and I'm going back to the palette. I'm using the original Kano shade that we used. I might just marry the two, really being real. Blend out those harsh lines. Make sure that transition is seamless. Don't be afraid just to marry those two colors together. Because right now it looks like a splotchy mess. But here, I'm loving it. So let's repeat the same steps. And I'm making sure that when I'm blending, but I'm not really picking up that pink shade. We don't want that splotched raw our eye. Love, love, love. Blend, blend, honey. I'm going back in with that Morphe No Name brush just to go and intensify that inner crease. I did not add to my brush whatsoever. Whatever's left on there is what I'm using to define my crease. And remember, if you're a hooded girly, it's easy to identify the crease because there's many folds into the eye. All right, I'm loving this intensity. Loving it. So for now, shade that's gonna marry that pink. Oh, interesting. We're gonna add glitter anyway, but we need a base color. So I'm thinking we're still using that original Culture palette. So I'm thinking the shades Benin, which is where we came from, because we're amazing peoples, and Calabari. We're gonna place that on the lid. Let's go. We're gonna go in with this Morphe flat head brush, but we're gonna go in with those two colors. Remember to tap off that excess. We're just gonna pack that on. We're gonna pack that onto the lid. And remember, for my hooded girlies, packing it onto the lid and we're bringing it up, honey. We're gonna also overlap that hot pink color that we added. How pretty is this? Oh my God. I've packed that color on to this lid. We're gonna do it to the left eye now. Now you guys, I did not add any primer to my face, and I'm so happy that I didn't because of this fallout. Even though we're tapping off the excess, I'm getting a little bit of fallout from that pink shade, or the pink shades that we're using. I like how that looks. Right, let's blend for our lives, honey. Now, I'm not adding any color to what's already been added. I just want to make sure. I am going to go back into the Warrior palette, the two brown shades we use, Yodo and Kufudu. I'm sorry, Kufudu and Wazana. So good. I do want to take some brown. I'm going to go and Yodo it. Marry those two right here, just so it's not as harsh, if that makes sense. That brown leading into. All right, y'all. So the star of the show, let's go ahead and add her. So this is the Morphe Mixed Signals Qual Ended Cream. Oh, Qual, Lord. Dual Ended Cream and Liquid Shadow Stick. Love that. This is the finale for the eyes. So it's double ended where this is the shadow stick and this is the liquid part. We're gonna use the liquid part. Y'all can see what we're working with. It's very liquidy, which I'm not a fan of. Because in her tutorial, she's like, I had to let it dry. And I was like, dry. But we're gonna work with it. We are going to work with it. I'm gonna put it on the pan in the back of my hands. I think the pan. I am gonna use the same brush we used the eyeshadow for to add the glitter. All right, here we go. I'm gonna do one eye at a time. Try to spread that out as much as possible. So when you're dealing with a wet product, you want to be very careful because you don't want to mess up what you've already laid down. Layers, remember? So we are essentially putting on the layers of what we need to manifest our dream life. I'm gonna add some more. It is wet. But I like this method because you can control how much you apply. Oh, pretty. All right, this was just the eye, y'all. I'm gonna go in with Kobo again, just to re-highlight that inner corner. Just a tinge. Period. All right, we're gonna do the face. I'm gonna clean off the excess. This is why you wanna do your eyes rather before your face. And go ahead and start cleaning up too, even though our concealer will assist us here. All right, I'm gonna prime with my e.l.f. Pore Grip Primer. Now, if this was during the day, then I would definitely utilize additional primer, but I'm only gonna record content after this too, and this essentially nighttime where I'm at. So I don't need the additional layer of protection for my face, but typically that's what I would do. So again, layers, right? We layered the primer onto the eye. I did add eye cream prior to. I don't feel like we need to re-add anything else. And then we added the eyeshadows, and then we layered the colors together. And now we're going to layer our foundation. Now, I love to underpaint, so we're going to underpaint. We're going to underpaint. Speaking of layers, I never have, and I don't know why, I never have my concealer color, which is very annoying. At least my dark concealer shade. So I'm going to use the following concealers. You all know Miss Dior, the Forever Skin.Correct. And then I'm going to go in with the Tarte. Y'all know the OGs to this. Don't know what happened to my contour shade, but we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. So I like to underpaint. Now, again, I would layer another, actually, why not? Do I? I think I do. Why are you pissing me off? I like to go in with the, we're doing a tutorial, so let's just do what we do. Ness Yummy Skin Blurring Balm. I'm in the shade 6, as you can see. I've used her quite often. And we're gonna go in with a Real Techniques brush. This is the wide foundation brush. It's double-ended. Love me some Real Techniques. I like to use this because, again, I'm oily and this kind of keeps me dry throughout the day. Though it's a balm, it dries down into a powder, if you know. And I love using this on my clients too. But I also feel like it not only gives you that flawless airbrush effect look, but it also color corrects the skin too, if that makes sense. So why not add her? You all can see I have some redness. I'm breaking out, which, good lord. So why not? And this is also perfect to wear on its own. You're gonna be gone for a long day. You're not trying to touch up your face. Vanessa will get you right all the time. All right, so now we're going to go in with the concealer. Let's conceal. Let's highlight, rather. I'm going in with the Dior shade, Skin.Correct. On the inner corners, I'm going to go in with the lightest Tarte shade. Why you on my brush like that? Just for some razzle dazzle, we're going to go in with that sandy shade, in the middle color, so to speak. I will spray some Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, hold on, Charlotte. See? I don't know what's going on. It's just to wet the face a little bit. All right, y'all. Let's do the chin. And another thing that I've been doing that I've been loving lately is dermaplaning, which allows for a seamless application. If you got creases like me, oh, I'm sorry, this is the Real Techniques setting brush. All right, that being said, y'all already know I told you I'm inspired by Armon. One of the quotes that Armon has said is, cleanse your space to welcome what you really want. And for me, that's to release all blockages. What are you releasing? What would you like to release? As you can see, guys, I'm going right in with that concealer, buffing that out and cleaning up. I love it. And I do like to start at the bottom, tap it on out. Now I do have folds under my eyes, so be sure nothing sets if you have skin under the eye. Be sure that you're literally going in, tapping it outward and cleaning up that eye as well. Now this is where I would do my contour shade, but I don't know where my contour shade is. Okay, I still want to highlight under the eye. And honestly, my whole purpose, y'all, was not because I see Armon living his best life. It has a small part to do with why I've decided to try something new. There's a lot of things that I want in my life that I'm doing for myself right now, and I try and it's like, oh no, roadblock, obstacle, not the right time, patient, waiting, thankful, thing. At some point, I'm gonna need it to happen. But I don't want just anything to happen. And I'm so thankful for where I am currently in my life, but I want more and I want better. Back then, it was for me wishing upon a star, seeing, visualizing what that looks like. And I've come close, y'all. I have come really close. But then there's story time. I legitimately had just relocated to Nashville and I was making new friends and all that stuff, all that good stuff, right? And I remember I was staying with a friend's house because your girl literally got down and out. I was down and out. I was like, oh my God. I was staying with someone. I was Airbnb in my house at the time because I could not afford. And I went from making almost $100K a year to working at Walmart. No shade to Walmart, because that manager, even though when I would see her around, she would act like she didn't know who I was. So whatever. She took a chance on me by giving me a position, but it's a humbling position to be in when you're making almost $100K annually. Real close. I'm talking about a stack, a difference between 100K threshold, 90, upper 90s, and working at Walmart. Mind y'all, I was paying for a mortgage and an apartment. Got two of them bills. Those. So if I was able to manifest that into my life and just blowing money, whatever, then baby, I can manifest anything. All right, so we're gonna go in with the Prada foundation. This is the Prada Reveal Skin Optimizing Foundation. It does have sunscreen in it. I think SPF 17. Too much, my look went out. Baby said, hurry up. Y'all see me? Oh Lord, we're good. So we're going to go in with the Prada foundation. I'm still using my pan. Not going to use a whole lot. That's what I'm using. I'm going to go in with the Pro Foundation brush from Sephora, the number 70. So in any event, nobody's above anybody is what I'm trying to say. Life can humble you at a moment's notice. And what are you going to do about it? Are you going to cry, or are you going to figure it out? So for me, I toughed it out. So much so to the point where I started a whole new career. But now I really want to see how far I can take it. I'm going to add some color. I'm going to use the Danessa Myrix. This is in the shade Freedom. I'm going to use this as my blush shade. Adding some to the pan. And I'm going to go in with this small, the clean end of the Tarte brush. Not trying to do the whole most, but we're trying to do enough to get that color popping. Where's my blush brush? This is the Bedelium Tools Precision Blusher. Buff that out. Alrighty. It is time to set the under eye. I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauties Sugar Cookie Setting Powder. Now I did buff out the excess product under the eye. Remember, I have lines under my eye. I'm using a velour powder puff. So go ahead and set that. I feel like my light is going to end up confused. This was a very expensive light, so I'm not trying to have it go out on me. So we added highlight. We haven't added the shadows back into the face to bring back dimension. I'm just setting everywhere that we added the highlight. Now I will set the rest of the face using my ultimate favorite powder. That, my friends, is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder. I'm in the shade 3, that's what she looks like. I'm going to use the bigger end of the puffer to grab that shade. If this falls, I'm going to cry, so it cannot fall. I'm going to go ahead and set the entire face, where at least we didn't add setting powder. Delightful. Next, we're going to add dimension back into the face. So I am going to go in with Juvia's Place Bronze Contour Look. And we're going to use both shades. I'm going to use the Bedelium Tools Tapered Contour Brush. This is what she looks like. These brushes you can find on Amazon. I always start with the lightest shade first, and then we dibble and dabble. So if you are feeling stuck, heavy, tired with wherever you are in life, you are not alone. I like to smile when I do this. And if you feel called to, join me. And you can also follow Armon's 60-day manifestation. He has a whole YouTube page just dedicated to that. And he also has videos to go along with each day, which I think is phenomenal. So you're not in it alone. And I think what I'm gonna do too is record my journey doing it and see everything that I'm manifesting comes to fruition. Why wouldn't it? I'm that girl, right? Why would it not come to fruition? Now I want some more intensity with the contour, so I'm gonna go in with the Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette. I'm gonna use the same eyeshadow we use for the lids. Colors. I'm obsessed with this palette. It's so multifunctional. Go in with the shade Yoded, because y'all did that to intensify my contour, because I like it intensified. Just a tinge, just a tinge. I'm gonna go in with some setting powder, just to clean that up a bit. I like it a lot. I'm gonna do the same thing with the other side. All right, we're gonna go back in with that Tarte double-edged brush, and we're gonna contour our nose with this side. We're gonna go in with Yoded in the Warrior 2 palette that we just contoured with, and we're gonna define our nose contour. Now I like to stipple and carve, create that illusion. All right, then we're gonna add our blush color by using the one and only blush binder by the Crayon Case. I am going to use this shade right here, going in with a blush brush by Bedelium Tools. I need to figure out a way to present mine. This don't make no sense. Look at that. I am going to use or add a tad bit of this color right here, just a tinge. For the waterline, I am going to use this Ruby Kiss eyeliner in, what's it called, child? Just white. Lauren uses Kiss eyeliner in her waterline, but I forgot to grab that, so here we are. Got this from the local beauty supply stores, so hopefully it works. See if I can warm it up a little bit. I'm not mad at it. Now personally, I don't like to put stuff in my waterline, but I don't mind putting white in my waterline. I'm gonna put something, I'd much rather it be a color, and I'm just so thankful that I don't have contacts in right now. Anyway, all right, now let's keep it moving. Let's see, what else did I have in my notes section that I wanted to share with y'all? So join me on my journey, y'all. I feel like I've started a similar journey. I'm really challenging myself to be consistent, because like I said, how I started this video is essentially leading with faith without works is dead, and I don't want to wake up another 20 years from now and I'm well into my geriatric stage, right? And I'm like, damn, I really wish I would have. No, the time is now. All right, you guys, this is the Wet n Wild liquid eyeliner. Usually going with Anastasia Beverly Hills. However, I'm out of that and I'm not trying to like fit, so we're going in with this. I'm not doing a super elongated wing, just something real cute to kind of lash band, if you know what I mean. Every time I use this pencil, I'm like, damn, why not use this? Why don't I use this? I'm giving what she needs to give, honey. I ain't mad at it. And I've had this for a minute. The fact that it still has in it is amazing. Excuse me, y'all. My nose is like the run all of a sudden. You know, I'm not doing a whole lot. Just a little shink, a little razzle dazzle. This, what did we say we were gonna do? Mascara. No, lashes. All right, so I'm using my brand's lashes, Glamour by Ness. There's two styles in here, but we're going in with Miami, and this is what she looks like. And I've worn Miami till I can't like wear her anymore. You can literally wear my lashes for up to 30 times. I lost count as to how long I've been wearing her. I was like, girl, I need to retire you. I really do need to retire her though. But she hanging in there, which I love that for me. All right, I'm gonna add glue to the lash band. I'm going to use one of my favorites. This is the Super Glue by I Envy Stronghold. This is waterproof. Did y'all know that they have a waterproof one? The minute I saw that, I said, ooh. Specifically for my clients, bridals, specifically bridesmaids. So I love to apply a thick layer, and I'm not gonna wait as long as I normally wait. Sometimes I do reapply the glue, but only because I want to make sure she sticks. All right. We also need to add color under the waterline. All right, let's add some mascara. Let's do that. I am going, just jumping right along, going in with the Amy Cole eyeliner. I'm bored. I'm just losing all sense. So then we're going to this Lucky Charms LC4 brush. It's their partnership. It's kind of like their penciled brush. And I'm gonna go in with the First Juvia's Warrior palette. that transition color we used, Kano. And I'm gonna go in under the lash line, add that color there. So I'm gonna go in with the other eye. I took my time with this one, y'all. Just yap it. I'm gonna go in with a darker shade just to kind of that out a little bit, give it some depth. All right, so go back in with that mascara, buff away that excess setting powder that we had. Love me a good old setting powder. All right, let's add our lashes. This is why they be cutting up videos, taking too long. Don't be afraid to push in the lash to ensure that it is secure. We are secure, baby. I love it. I tend to place the lashes in the center of my lash line and then push that in. And then proceed to secure the inner corners. Now don't poke your eye out. Oh Lord. I don't know. These three. We're going in with Max Cork lip liner. Then this Tarte lip paint in Hella, and then my brand new Fenty Beauty Tulip Kiss. So let's go for it. Alrighty, I think I'm going to go in with the Fenty. I wanted a gloss, but this is a gloss bomb, which still gets the job done, but I want a high shine, baby. This look is eating. You hear me? I am going to do the lip paint because why not? Pop that to the center, give the lips some definition. I'm here for all of it. Oh, baby, we ate. Oh my God, you guys. I love this so much. So, of course, I am going to do a recording. Well, I don't need to tell y'all that, but this is the final look, y'all. Oh my God. All right. I'll see you in my next one.